Yeah.
She stops scrabbling. Get the shoes off, for the love of God! Quick, get...
Please.
She starts reaching down
take
for
the
the
shoes
shoes
off.
to get the shoes off.
Okay.
But you both...
We pull.
take the shoes
Can we
off.
pull
You
the
can
shoes
get the
off
shoes
before her?
I slap her hand off.
You don't even need to roll a strength check. You just take the shoes off.
We couldn't help it.
Okay, so we've got the slippers now. We have them, guys.
Oh, for the love of God, thank you.
Just noticed they've been worn.
No, they're
They're
to stay clean and perfect.
beautiful.
That's nice.
I'm like, and you're all just like talking over it, and he's like, "That's nice."
So, no, what do
Large
we do
dragon
with
man,
you?
could you put me down, please?
Not yet.
No.
Not
What are we
yet.
going
I
to
don't
do
think
with
so.
you?
No.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna let go of a possible thief.
What do we do with you? You stole. You tried to do an attack on Princess Dandelion by enchanting her slippers.
Why did you
I
do
don't
it?
like her very much.
On
No
that,
one
I
does.
agree with you. But it's still not an excuse.
And to be honest, we could
Don't
get a good
really-
benefit for the sake of taking you in.
Can I say something?
Yes, sorry.
If anything, you are no better than her.
Hmm.
Does any of you know the spell to prevent her to ever wear a shoe again?
No.
Ah,
You know,
too bad.
I'm a wood elf.
I do
specialize
technically know one way. Does someone have an axe?
I have a
No.
hand axe.
No, I
I
very
have a
much...
hand axe.
No.
I've
Right.
got some rope, by the way. If you
You
want to tie
need
her up
to
and drag her to it.
Something. You need to give us something, some reason. You just go without any further questions. We need something. Otherwise, it could be a good benefit to take you off the Dandelion. She might end up actually helping us. She might gain our favor. So tell her. Give us something.
I can...
Count on the count of 3.
Most shopkeepers will trade for things other than gold.
2.
Please, no.
3. Okay, I'm out.
No,
Let's take her.
no.
Yeah, let's. No, you had your
We start as a
chances,
group.
buddy.
We start walking towards the door. We
I've
start
got
heading
her
back.
over my shoulder.
Do you need any? I kind of like tie her up a bit.
Can I gag her with something?
What
Yes, you
Oh,
can.
gag her. She might come out with some
would
information
you
on
like
the
to
way.
gag her with?
No.
I don't know, cloth, anything.
Yeah.
The slippers.
No, not the slippers. You'd be bad about that.
Let's test the enchantment.
Right. So,
Do I still have that skin leather pouch, John?
Yes.
You mean,
I
you mean the one you got from the shaft?
shut up. Yeah, I'm gonna shove that in her.
You shove the thing you got in the shaft in her throat.
Yes.
okay.
I tell her, I said, that leather, right, it's actually made of human skin. And then I walk off, walk forwards. So, you know,
Right.
buddy.
So after that, we head back. Do we all agree?
Yep.
Aye.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
Okay.
do it.
Possibly stop by the shop to, at least let him. He's on the way.
Well, yeah.
Let him know we got
Sorry.
Don't worry.
Sorry, who's got the slippers?
Riordan has one,
Okay.
and Romat has the other.
Romad still has the other. I give the other slipper to Riordan. So you're going to be okay with holding these two then?
Of course.
Perfect.
Riordan puts them on.
Ooh, they look
Well,
lovely.
Didn't I actually dispel the entire magic of it?
You did
Is it a permanent dispelling, or was it a?
Yeah.
temporary.
Because certain enchantments are only dispelled temporarily.
Oh,
Because
no.
if it's temporary,
Not the voice.
if it's temporary,
The voices are coming back. The Those shoes look quite nice.
Riordan, maybe you should give me those shoes.
No, there's something about the shoes. I must
They're
be
very
slipped.
precious to me.
Precious.
Riordan, look at me.
But
I
telling
Think
me I need.
about your booze.
I go to Riordan. Riordan, give me the shoes, please.
I give over the shoes, and I'm going to take a drink of
take
one of
that
the
drink,
drinks.
Yeah,
You
sure.
take that
I'm
drink.
going to drink from the sorcerer's ale.
Oh no.
Yes,
Oh
do this.
no.
John, you're a bastard and I hate you. Oh, by the way,
Not love,
we
John.
could see that. We could see that one.
To be
Just-
perfectly fair, this has nothing to do with John.
On a side note, Philip doesn't really understand the fuss about shoes since being a tabaxi, he can't shoes himself.
He's got cat feet.
Yes. I drink a pint. I give them the shoes. Say, look after them. They're going to try and get them gone again.
I don't know what the fuss is about.
As you make your way back to the cobbler's shop, Riordan drinks deeply from this cask, or pours it into his...
And he dies.
pours it into his pint glass and drinks deeply. Could you roll me a D100, please?
Oh,
Oh,
no.
100 possibilities of what you're gonna get.
A wizard brew!
This is the Wheel of Fortune, guys.
Oh, what's that?
No.
Wow.
Okay.
A wizard brew!
Oh.
He turns into a third level demon.
Roll
and
me,
kills us all.
roll me a D100 again.
Okay.
You escaped instant death.
It's either that or there's 30 possibilities of what one means. 100 possibilities, sorry.
As Riordan lowers his glass from finishing, he turns to look at you and then disappears.
Oh, no.
Wow.
And then
Just dead.
60 feet down the road,
He's
he reappears.
How did you do that?
This is good stuff.
And roll again, please.
Again? Why again?
And you look, and he shrinks 3 inches in height.
So,
well.
how tall would he
Oh.
be now?
I feel a bit weird, guys.
yeah, feeling weird.
How
is
tall
he
is
now?
Riordan now, Ben? He's 3 inches shorter than he was.
Thanks, I gathered that much.
I can't remember how tall we said he was.
Didn't you write it down in the bio section?
Maybe.
No, it's not been listed.
No.
Well, let's
God damn it.
Well,
Well
he's
done.
just 3 inches.
let's say
less
he's
than
now
he was before.
5'7",
We will never know.
shall we?
He was 4 inches to begin with.
5 foot. How tall am I?
You're a tiny boy.
I'm 5 foot. He's still taller than me.
I'm
You're
7.
strong. I don't know what size I am.
3'5".
He's- He can
Okay,
drink
desert
quite a
fella.
few glasses before he's as tall as Seraphine.
Romad is 6'5".
Well, let's continue down the road then. And
That was the end of it, wasn't it, John?
No.
Oh
no.
no! He's
no, you just didn't say that.
Technically, the 1 means you should roll for the next minute, which means technically we should have 10 rolls.
Okay.
Rolls. Oh my god.
Okay. In which case,
Okay,
let's
I
carry on.
gotta get the book open again now.
Good.
So
It's
basically,
you explode with the force of a thermonuclear warhead.
So Ben is turning into a full tomb, doing weird stuff in front of us.
Okay, for the next minute, as you're walking along, you can see all these elves that nobody else can see.
Are they the ones with the voices?
You're not sure.
I think I can see.
Does he see
No.
my sister?
So that's 3
Oh, you're fine.
rolls.
Okay.
Again!
You heal 2d10 hit points.
Very
Okay.
useful.
2d10.
Very
That's not
useful.
the-
So do I need to do that on the hit points? Or
If you just roll
Slash
roll
roll
2d10.
Slash roll 2d10.
Right. 2d10. There we go.
You heal 13 hit points. You only have missed in 5, but
Yeah.
I could have used
Sweet.
that one.
you're back up to full.
Do you want to
Okay,
brew?
so that's roll again. D100.
Yeah.
So it shrinks, goes, who are all these people? And then goes, oh, I feel better.
Okay. You start glowing with a bright light.
Oh god.
Wow. Can you guys
yeah.
see this?
Except,
I can see
except
that,
the
thank
person
you.
who stood
Sadly,
next to
yes.
you. Anybody stood within 5 feet of you is blinded now.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm blind, I guess.
I turn to the woman who's currently over my shoulder and go, you see, these are the people who captured you. You see?
She looks very upset.
How
5
many more
please.
rolls do we have?
Oh god.
How long am
Just
I
about a
blind
couple
for?
of seconds.
Oh, thank God.
Oh,
Blinded by such beauty.
Ben stops glowing, or Riordan stops glowing,
Oh well.
and shrinks. And in his place is now a
Ooh.
potted plant.
Hmm.
Is
How's
it,
it gonna be a
is it,
plot?
is it all happening in like few seconds or in a
about
full minute?
10 seconds or so between each of these. So he just went poop, poop, and then he can start seeing people, and
No,
then he
there's
got
just a
healthy,
plant
and then you
next to
guys
me.
caught up with him, and he started glowing, and then he just shrank down into a potted plant.
It's another plant next
And then
to me,
about
that's
10
great.
seconds later, he turns back into Riordan. And can you roll again?
And rolls again.
Your hair falls out.
Oh god.
What?
Oh,
I'm gonna
Well-
need a new character sheet.
Who's
No, I just.
And then can you roll
worked
again,
on that
please?
one.
Oh, Jesus.
your hair grows back.
Butterflies and flower petals flutter in the air around you.
Ah.
Oh, that's very
Can we
sad.
You can all see these butterflies
Can
and
we-
flower
can we
petals
see?
fluttering around
Okay.
Ben.
If you can get them to land on your head, you at least have some sort of wig.
And again,
Yeah.
please.
It's bald then now.
I do have a very important question. Does this make me
Make you what?
Make you what?
drunk?
Could you roll me 5d6 before I answer that question?
Oh,
Okay.
Oh,
But
Jesus.
I want to mention that Torin didn't go running up to him. Torin stayed back.
Yeah, romance stayed back, so he knows what's up.
You,
I don't know what's
for
up.
the next 15 days, Riordan is immune to being intoxicated by alcohol.
Oh no.
No!
And so
No,
for
no,
the,
no, no,
for
no,
the
no.
next 15 days, you will hear the voices, and you cannot do anything
And
about
can you roll me
it.
one more d100?
Okay.
Oh,
Can you imagine if the voices stop?
Can you
Um,
make me a Constitution saving throw, please?
Oh
This
god.
is always good.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Constitution saving throw.
You're fine. Everything's fine. You're
Is he? Is he?
What would have happened
You'd be a
if
sheep.
that went wrong?
I think you prefer to be a sheep
I
than
have-
just not
uh,
drunk.
I just want to say, kids in the stream, that is exactly why you must not drink. Very unhealthy.
This exact thing will happen to you if you drink.
So to just recap real quick, Ben or Riordan takes this drink, finishes the glass, disappears and reappears 60 feet down the road. Shrinks a little bit, sees a lot of people that aren't there, glows brightly for a minute, then turns into a potted plant, then turns back into Ben, or turns back into Riordan. His hair all falls out. He suddenly realizes that he's not being affected by alcohol for the next week and a half, and then
Butterflies and flower petals.
flower petals.
Wait, do I know that it's going to be for a week and a half?
You know,
Do I just...
no, you don't actually know how long it's going to be. You just know that at the moment you're immune to alcohol.
You're not being affected by alcohol.
Flower petals and butterflies start fluttering around him, and he nearly turned into a sheep. So that was a crazy minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hang on, for the sake of it, because right now the voice, and as I say, I don't know that it's going to last. Can I try and drink the Fey wine instead, thinking that maybe the beer didn't do anything? I'll try to drink some Fey wine.
Oh no, this is a much
have a
easier one.
question.
Roll me a d20.
Okay.
Does his hair grow back or not?
At the moment, no.
You feel vaguely sick.
Oh.
Yeah.
Badly sick or just vaguely?
Badly sick.
No, he's gonna throw up. This is really an advertisement for not drinking.
So I don't feel drunk, but I do feel sick. That's not right. What's wrong with this stuff?
It's like I've passed a step.
Okay. I then tried to drink one of my drinks and then realised that it...
As you drink your drink, you feel worse about the stomach, but you also don't feel drunk.
Oh, no.
Well, come on, guys. I just walked past with the fucking person over my shoulder.
I just tap Riordan on the shoulder as I pass. No, let's go.
Right. Okay.
You
We
return
go.
to the cobbler's shop. Yes. Hello.
Yes, we do.
Just quickly pop ahead and go, yeah, we found them. This lady had it. We're going to take her in.
Okay. Thank you for telling me.
Sure thing.
You're welcome. I'm already walking.
Bye.
Wow.
I'm just so fascinated by how much Riordan just did all of that. I'm so sorry for him right now.
He went through so much crap right now.
Wait, so...
Riordan, look what you've done.
My drink stopped working. The Fey wine do. But the changes... It must have been the changes. The changes did it. But then if the changes did it, then maybe I can change it.
You're right, Riordan.
Maybe I can change it back. I can change it back if I drink back. I can
Tell
change it
him.
back.
Can I tell him that the reason why he drinks is because he'll hear the voices?
Oh, I see.
He tends to drink the wine, the stuff, so he doesn't hear the voices in his head. That's pretty much it.
If I drink more of the sorcerer's ale, does it
Well,
get the drink? I might get the...
No,
alcohol
you leave
back.
that stuff. Maybe you would just wait for a moment. Maybe it's just temporary, so just give it a
Yeah.
moment.
Yes.
just don't drink that crap right now. You saw
Okay.
what happened there.
All right. I'm just getting a bit worked up. I need... Yeah, no, it's okay.
You'll be
Hold on there,
fine.
Eddie. Hold on there.
Yes. It's okay. There aren't any voices at the moment, but I still don't...
Just let me know when
It'll
you
be
start
alright,
hearing
It'll
voices.
be alright. Okay, let's carry on. Let's get this done.
Poor guy.
You return to Princess Dandelion's castle.
Has Dandelion given us more than one task?
No, we
She
just
told
done
you
one
that there
task.
was more than one task, but she hasn't told you what any future tasks were.
She 5, if I remember correctly.
Right.
Yep, I think that's what she said.
Right.
As
You're walking along,
who's holding the?
suddenly
Yes.
you get to an area where the hedge is the walls of the hedge maze are entirely hedgerow. And can I get a dexterity check from Seraphine, Romad, and Philippe, please?
Dexterity save.
Oh,
Okay.
damn it.
Dexterity save.
How did the cat
Save.
miss
Oh,
that?
it's a save.
Save,
Oh,
save,
it's a
save,
saving
save,
throw.
save, save.
Sorry. Dexterity is save.
Oh, well.
You're right. Sorry, Philip. You're dead.
It's still better.
Romad dives forward, but but Seraphine and Philippe are caught. The hedgerow itself launches out at both of them.
What?
But she did a
What?
good save.
But
Whoa, what's
And the hedge itself closes around you. And you can just hear...
No!
Oh, another crying.
Oh, there's the longest, deepest sigh.
So wait, what happened to Seraphine and I?
the hedgerow itself has shot out and you're caught in it. And you can just hear
We can still
crying.
talk and
Yep.
breathe and stuff, right? Okay.
You're just in a
Yes.
hedge.
Can they move at all?
It's restraining them.
I try and use a hand axe to rip the thing off.
Please, there are.
Hold on.
I think that's just going to make things worse.
Okay, let me
I
try
don't
something.
care. Let me try and get them out.
Hold on. Someone take a look and see.
Hold on, what?
What?
Is there someone else in there?
You just want to leave.
I'm
Who are you?
Maze.
To the maze.
Oh,
To leave.
God.
I don't
You don't want us. You don't want us.
want to go. I'll be lonely.
Oh, no.
Maze. We'll be back, probably.
We'll
have to go.
We've got more business
Do
within
you-
the maze, so we're going
Do
to
you
come back.
promise?
Or we could
do
always drop.
technically have, guys. We do technically have a bargaining chip.
Yeah, we could
We
always
have a
drop this
prisoner.
one.
Yeah, exactly.
We
We could give
could,
that to you.
yeah.
A
She could
prisoner
keep you forever.
that is far more useful to the princess in possibly alleviating one of our jobs.
We could
Yeah.
always think of saying to the princess this could be a good punishment.
True.
Oh, very interesting. Yeah, you know what? We got a friend for you that you're
But
gonna
I like
love.
you.
She likes to dance.
Yeah, but she's
Aw.
nice.
I'm flattered. Really, I am. But if I don't go with my if
Why
I don't
do
go
you
with
like
my
her?
friends,
No, Seraphine.
if I don't go with my friends, they could very well die, and then there could be no one to visit your maze again. And you don't
I
want
like
that, do
all
you?
of you visiting.
I put my
Well-
hand out to Seraphine. I just try and grab her hands.
You have a friend
Seraphine.
that will stay.
Yes,
Yeah.
we do. If you let us go, we'll talk to Princess Dandelion and we'll convince her to let our friend stay with you. And then you'll have a friend with you at all times.
Okay. And the maze, the hedgerow just retracts.
I grab on the holder.
Seraphine and Philippe, could you both roll me a d20, please?
You turn into a potted plant.
Here, drink this.
God damn it, Riordan.
Once again, a 12.
Okay.
You immediately get pulled back in.
You're decapitated.
Suddenly, the maze changed of idea and decided to grab
Philip, could
back.
you roll me another d20? Sorry.
Oh no.
I don't understand what you're doing,
Maddie,
John.
Seraphine, as the hedge pulls back, Seraphine looks up and up and up. Seraphine is now half the height she was when she went into the maze.
Ooh.
Oh,
Did you just shrink?
So if I was 3, so
Oh my
I'm now
god.
you're now like 1 foot something.
You're the same size
I'm
as Tammy.
like 1 foot, and oh my god, I'm Tammy's size. Oh no.
She's
Oh
got
well,
it.
you got your fairy now.
I got my Seraphine. Does Romance see this? Like, does Romance like hold on to Seraphine?
I don't think it's going to your miss.
Yeah, it's notable.
I'm just like,
I mean, there's this scattering of equipment that hasn't shrunk,
Oh,
and
God.
Seraphine.
Oh god.
Oh no.
you've lost all your clothes, haven't you, girl? She's lost. Don't tell me she's like done all that.
Well, the shirt is still vaguely
God.
in place.
Covering.
Oh no.
It's like a
Yeah.
toddler wearing their mum's clothes. It's kind of like very loose, but it's still on.
No.
Someone should maybe
Okay.
pick her up.
I'm picking her up.
First of all,
I
first
pick
of all,
up Seraphine up.
I'm more concerned
First
about
of all-
what's happened to Phyllis because
Hang
he's rolled twice.
Hold on.
Yeah. What's happened to Philip?
First things first, we give
Seraphine.
a rope to Seraphine so that she can tie it up like her top like it's a dress, so she can at least do her stuff. Wear the clothes in a better manner, and then we look over to...
Philippe is blonde.
Philippe.
Wait, so with just the white patch on my head, or like
All of
the
your
whole
fur is now lightened.
Damn it! I gotta colour his thingy now. I gotta colour his bloody hell.
I'm
Guys, seriously.
deeply offended and uncomfortable.
Hang on, I got an idea.
Ooh, you're blonde now.
Majestic.
Can I gather
question.
the equipment of Seraphine to put
You
it in
can.
the bag of holding?
I was just about to say, could
I
someone do
hold-
that?
I just hold the bag open as I approach the fucking hedge going, what the fuck did you just do?
Don't be mad at the hedge. It might try to get more.
I just
So,
did something.
Theodos is muttering in his under his breath. Fucking crazy place.
How do you
so I
think
hate to
guys
be
feel
a
now, Theodos?
bother. I hate to be a bother, but could I like sit on one of your guys' shoulders?
You
'Cause
can sit on my one. I've already got Seraphine in my hand, so
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, come on, you're gonna go on my shoulders.
Well, let's ride.
I say Seraphine.
I'm giving
Okay.
the stink eye to this fucking
The hedge just the
We keep
leaves just shake in the wind.
Okay.
I just did
Let's
something.
keep going, guys.
And as you
I'm sending something you in the chat, by the way.
What's that?
Here we go. It's in the art thing. A blonde boy.
Oh, that's nothing. You still need to turn me.
Oh,
Maybe
that's a
maybe
blonde
old.
Philip.
It's a blonde
as you
Oh, that's a point. Has my hair grown back, or is it?
it's
bald now?
starting to grow back.
He's forever bald.
Oh,
I just want to say the blonde Philip looks like the cat in the male cat in the Aristocats.
it does.
As you
How does it feel? to
as
be
you
blonde?
get to the
As
palace,
we...
you notice that
Yes.
the wind has started to pick up a bit,
Oh, god damn it! What's
and
going
you look up
what's
into
going
the
on?
I
you
make
look up into the sky, and the normally frozen sky of the Hedgegrove and the Feywild in general just suddenly clouds over like it's going to be a giant thunderstorm. and there is just
okay.
a
Everyone
massive
inside.
crash of thunder and a single lightning bolt that hits the top of the palace.
I swear to God, John, if you
And
keep
then-
doing this and trying
And then
to...
the clouds vanish.
Thank God for that.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Alright.
Is
Let's
the,
go in,
is
guys.
the
No,
palace
there's-
burning?
Was that sudden weather thing kind of like what was happening
No.
in Mesro?
There was just this
No.
sudden
Just making sure.
thunderstorm, a
A
krakoom,
load of clouds, one
and
light,
then gone.
and then it's gone.
What?
Okay.
I can't believe it. Philip is blown. How crazy is that?
I'm more worried about that thunderstorm, but you carry on to.
I'm more worried about the one member of our party that's now half her size.
That's alright. She's
Yeah.
with me.
I'm
We're
more
good.
worried that I can't get drunk.
I am more worried that in like 10 minutes Sheridan got bold and cannot drink anymore without effects, and Seraphine got half a size, and Philip got blonde. What's going to happen to the rest of us exactly?
I'm worried that the more
Here,
crap
Theodis,
that we
take a drink of this.
I'm more worried that the more time that we spend here, there's going to be a higher chance that
Oh yeah,
whatever time passes, there's going to probably be a chance that there could be a whole million years pass by the time we get back.
yeah. Then we'll be in space. Let's go.
Space Odyssey, here we go.
Either way, I'm getting tired of carrying this woman. Can we please get to the fucking palace?
You get inside the
I
palace,
thought we
So yes,
stopped.
let's go in.
and you go up to the throne room,
Yes.
and sat in her throne, looking grumpy, is Princess Dandelion. Fine.
Riordan,
Right.
you talk because I don't.
Yeah. Are you all right? We have done your first task, and as an addition, we have caught a thief who tried to steal.
Great.
yours.
I throw her at a fucking.
Take her away, guards. Send her to the dungeons.
Might we suggest?
We might like to suggest a better and more fitting punishment.
Go on.
The maze just outside longs for a friend, a companion for life. Perhaps an eternity in the hedge would be more suited
Interesting.
than the dungeon.
Guards, take her to the maze. And a pair of guards pick her up and drag her out of the room screaming through the sack in her mouth.
Oh yeah, we should get that back. By the way.
Yeah, can I have that back, please? I kind of need that.
Roma quickly runs
One
out.
of
grabs
one of the
sack and
guards
runs.
pulls it out and throws it back to you, and she's now screaming without the sack.
Thank you.
I present the slippers to Princess.
And so, how exactly did you catch? Well, first of all, by my grace, because I've been told to, you can have this one back again.
Yeah.
And you can see sat on the arm of the throne is Tammy.
Told by who?
The Queen.
Oh,
Well, we thank you
Romad
for your
smile.
most gracious.
the queen sure is benevolent.
Romad smiles, like in relief. 'Cause he
I
knows. He
You,
knows
you
who
know,
it is.
you know very well who has just told Princess Dandelion exactly what she needs to do.
He basically just like whispering himself. He said,
And Tammy flutters over to your other shoulder and just whispers in your ear, "Who's that on your shoulder?" She's
It's
taller than that.
Seraphine. Dude,
Hi, Tammy.
What are
Yes,
you?
I know.
What?
It's a long
Okay.
story. I'll explain on the way.
I go to the mirror to see my wife again.
She smiles and winks.
I blush.
I probably put this on. I'm so sorry.
Princess, we have our next, so that we might reunite these lovers.
Love. Ugh.
Oh, lovers.
Too much information.
More importantly, we wish to be able to get out of your hair so you get on with other.
Exactly. We wish to cause you no more distress. If we are allowed to do our tasks, we shall be out of your...
Fine. Then I suppose I shall knock a task off for catching the thief.
You are most
You're
gracious.
most kind. Thank you.
Thank you.
No.
You look different.
We have gone through some changes.
Your he drunk the local imbibements. These two got accosted by your maze.
Yeah.
That'll be fine. It'll go when you leave.
It's good to hear. Thank you for the
It'll-
reassurance.
Thank goodness.
I mean, it should do. It might last a day or a year. I can never remember how time works in your world. It's...
You just hear like Romad screaming, like you don't hear. It's like a really loud.
He's screaming internally.
He's totally screaming. He doesn't want to be here anymore. He knows how bad it is.
Seraphine weeping quietly because she's like, I don't want to be this tall,
He's small.
It's tiny.
this small.
Philip crying, I don't want my people.
I don't actually cry, you know, but I just keep looking at my arms, at my body, and just
I'm just
keep
imagining,
looking
I'm just imagining Philip kind of like picking at his fur, just going.
I've actually realised something when it comes down to it. Have any of you guys watched BoJack Horseman?
No.
Nope.
Oh god, I'll send a picture at one point because Philip looks amazingly like a golden retriever from that show now.
I mean, Philip
Anyway,
is
so-
mostly wondering what kind of god could come up with such an ideas idea, you know?
Anyway,
Who would dye a cat brown? That's hideous.
Anyway, what's the next task?
exactly.
Yes,
What is
I-
our next task, please?
I have a
No,
party
please.
coming up.
Oh no.
Does it imply black dye?
And I desire a feast fit for me. I want
want
you
us
to
to cook?
hunt for a specific
Do we write this
animal.
down?
Okay.
What,
Yes, you know what to do.
and what animal would
There
that
is only
be?
one group capable of hunting such an animal. The Wild Hunt.
And stalking standard teammate. They know what to do.
Okay.
What animal do you want
The
us to hunt?
suckling warthog. It's to be the centerpiece of the feast. It's an exceedingly rare creature, a wild tusk pig that is already cooked yet still squeals and moves as if it is alive.
Reminds me of that one octopus out of character. Reminds me of that one octopus. Squid, I mean.
Only the Wild Hunt will
Where
be
would
able to
we
hunt
find
such a
it?
creature. Just
So are we to
We shall find
You are
this
to-
wild hunt.
ask these
You are
wild
to
hunt,
join
help
the
these
wild
wild hunt?
capture the creature, and then I guess you'll have to sneak away with it.
You're telling us to steal it?
I'm telling you to bring it to me. I don't particularly care how you get it.
Why would
Steal it.
the hunt bring it to you?
I guess they don't like them.
I mean, she's a princess, right?
I'm presuming this is a group that hunts and keeps
Yes.
what they hunt. Not
They might
sells
part
it.
with it if you prove yourselves.
Fair
Ah.
enough.
Very well.
Do you want the beast dead or alive?
Dead, of
I mean,
course.
we're going to eat
Could
it.
But it's already cooked.
Some people would want to eat it alive.
That's vivid
Nope.
imagery.
I'm just checking.
Your preference, we don't want to bring it back wrong.
I don't particularly care. I'm not going to get involved in cooking it. I just want it at the feast.
So,
Okay.
Very well.
fine.
So
Dead or
Devin,
alive?
yes.
Good.
Tell us where we must go, and we shall achieve this task.
Go north of here. The Wild Hunt like to be in the north.
North of the
Didn't you
maze
just
or
come
north
from
of...
the
North of the
north?
palace. They'll be hunting north of the maze. In the north area of the maze.
Okay.
Okay.
Now let's go back to the maze then.
To the north!
I say we challenge the Wild Hunt to get the ball without their help.
We can do.
Such as we try to catch it at the same time as them.
Either that, or we just, since they have the reputation to be the only one able to hunt the warthog, we challenge them to say we can catch it on our own. That way, if we catch it, there's no need to steal.
Well, good work. We'll see.
Either that, or we can always try and say another challenge of
Besides,
sorts.
they say only one group, but that's one group of Fae. We have a walking zoo with us, with Tyrdas. So
Thank
if you can turn into the warthog predator, maybe that's something that can play a part.
Yeah, I need to see it.
Yeah,
Either
but
way,
I
shall
mean,
we on our way?
if you
then?
turn into the giant lion or something.
Yeah, let's go.
Onward
Sounds
we
good to
go.
me.
Right. Let's go and see our friend the hedge. See if the hedge is happy with the new companion.
If we hear screaming in the hedge, it's good.
We've done something good there, buddy.
You travel back outside.
Right.
And you do not hear screaming from the hedge.
Damn it.
But the hedge is satisfactorily just waving in the breeze.
Aww.
Good hedge.
Yes. Okay. We wave at the hedge as we walk by.
And then try and kiss you
On the
again.
walk, I just kind of break down to Tanny what's happened since she's been gone, and then I shrunk to half my size, and then Philip turned blonde, and then we returned the slippers, and you got back.
Do you want a drink, Tammy?
No, I just look at.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just told Rhiannon, no, just don't.
Oh. It is fun. It's an interesting experience.
Yeah, but I don't want that anywhere near my fairy things.
Okay. How about you? Do you want it?
Nope.
Walking along, singing a song.
You
Okay. So we
I
carry on our
Use
journey.
the walking time to ask Tammy how Renata is doing.
She's nice. I like her.
I know. Is she doing fine? Have you were not being mistreated
No,
behind
it's
that mirror?
very nice in there. I wouldn't want to go back, but
Good.
it was fine.
Good.
You walk along and you start heading north in the maze, which is slightly difficult. Again, the sun is set in the sky. The maze itself seems to shift, and you're fairly certain you walk past the cracked flagon again somehow. As you get to a corner, a crossroads, there's a pulse of magical energy. Just a...
Mhm.
Okay.
Can everybody make me dexterity checks, please?
Okay.
No, not another
check.
check.
Save,
Dexterity
sorry.
check, not safe.
Dexterity save.
Okay.
That's so better.
Tell me what's happening to me.
So let's save this
Okay.
one.
Better this time.
2 times.
Tell me what doom befalls me and Theodas.
It's,
You're
And
fucked.
possibly
I mean,
more.
Philip
I
at
told
this
it.
point is jumping with his fur going all airy, you know, like a cat when it's started.
I just called it that there was only Romad, Torin, and Theodas that weren't actually hit by the magic of the fucking place.
There's
And
a
now it's just Romad.
burst of
Okay.
magical energy that washes over everybody.
Oh no, I think I know
And
what
suddenly
this is.
Okay.
you
What
start
this is.
feeling lighter and lighter. And you all
No.
reach out, and Riordan grabs the ground, Philippe grabs the ground, Romad grabs the ground, and then reaches up and grabs Seraphine, and between the two of them they both grab Theodas and Torin. You start floating away.
Can we try to grab them before they go?
Like floating higher and higher, or just
Floating
like
higher.
off the ground?
And higher.
Can we
You
try
can.
to grab them?
Grab. I tried grabbing Theodas, or who was closest to me. I grab.
Well, this is the thing. We didn't really talk about that. So you try and grab Theodas.
I grab Theodas.
I try to grab Torin.
Make me dexterity checks. Just
Saving or just dexterity?
Oh no!
Riordan reaches up and
Wait a
grabs
second.
Torin.
I
Sure,
begin
I
to
wanna try.
take an arrow out of my quiver, and I take my rope and try to shoot at the ground. I don't think to do
Yes,
short bow, I
please.
guess. Will I shoot someone?
God.
You
Oh.
The arrow
hit the
lances
ground.
down and hits the ground,
And I use my rope
and you
to go
pull
back to the
yourself
ground.
back down again.
And now is the point where you realise you hadn't tied it off on the arrow.
You're just pulling your rope down, you suddenly get to the end of it. It's like,
You can retrieve that arrow, by the way.
Yay!
while we're currently just like floating there, so grabbed hold of by Riordan, I'm just like, this place sucks.
So, can we take a look around, see if there's
And
anything?
there's just a... As the magic
Oh, it's gone. Okay.
sucks back in again, and you all just land slightly awkwardly on the ground. And there's just this loud clattering as everything that had been on all the shop.
Oh wait, does that mean that
Yep.
Torin lands on top of me?
There's this
Okay.
clattering as everything
Alright,
that had
what?
been
Get
on
off
the
of me.
shop fronts, on the tables outside the shops, and the tables themselves suddenly find their way back down to the surface. They hadn't been able to grab the ground. And so,
Oh no.
No, John.
Someone-
No, John. I demand you roll dexterity to save for every item.
surprisingly,
Yeah,
surprisingly,
given...
the inanimate objects did not make a saving throw.
that means fuck all in the Feywild.
And all of the tables that had floated 60 feet up into the air come crashing back down to the ground.
One
Could
shopkeeper
Tammy
goes,
or
"My
someone-
cabbages!" as they fight rain from the
So I
sky.
don't-
My cabbages!
Could Tammy or someone try and catch me so I don't, like, you know...
I can't.
No,
I,
it's fine.
ground?
I've got,
You were
yeah,
fine. Romad grabbed you.
Oh, thank God.
I'm always saving you, girl. You're my friend,
Meanwhile,
but I'm saving you.
Meanwhile, I flatten Riordan.
You get up and you brush
Only get
yourself
plus 2
down.
attack.
I help Riordan up after.
Thank you. I now lean against my core.
Oh!
And by this
Oh my
point,
body.
Riordan has
Cheers.
quite a nice fuzz growing back on the top of his head.
Yay!
You
Theodas
estimate
himself
that
loudly twice, or shoot
by a
well.
day's time, your hair
the
will
ground.
have fully regrown.
Okay.
Good news, guys. I
That's fine. Hopefully the same thing will happen to you, sir.
Oh, Jesus, I hope not.
Let's go.
Onwards.
Onwards to the
Onwards.
wild hunt.
Onwards to the next thing we're gonna encounter that's gonna inevitably slow us.
It's gonna be for Ronad, I call it.
It's easy enough. You find your way to the north end of the maze.
Oh, thank God. I thought it was going to be more magic.
And
No, John.
And a Tarrasque.
there's a Tarrasque, and
You're
it
all
squashes you all, and you're all just in the imprint of the foot.
No. If it's going to be anything, it's going to be the mother dragon.
You find the wild hunt quite easily. They stick out like a sore thumb, while most of the elves and true fae and creatures in here are dressed very smartly and very officiously and in the latest fashions for whenever they felt like. You get to the northern segment and there's just this group of hunters. They are dressed in chainmail covered in blood. They're wearing masks made of animal flesh, and it looks very much like they've just taken the face off of the latest thing they've hunted and shoved it over their own face. They are...
Right. I don't know if that happened for anyone else, but I think it just disappeared off there.
Oh,
You cut out a bit, yeah.
What did people hear?
You were describing.
Well, they are wearing blood-covered chainmail. They are wearing masks of the faces of the animals that they have hunted that look vaguely like they've just cut around the front of the animal and stuck the animal's face to their own. They are at present watering their horses. As in, they have their horses in troughs drinking water. They're not, like, with a watering can.
With a watering can. Some fucking miracle.
They are currently feeding their horses water. Their horses are these... You can tell they're horses. They look like horses. But they have strange, shriveled bodies. And as they pull their heads out of the trough, out of the water, their heads have the faces of elves and gnomes.
No.
Pretty.
Oh, that's lovely.
Well, that's not fucking creepy. Okay.
Hey, that one looks like my mum.
Who's going to talk to them?
Hi.
I feel like I'd be the least intimidating given my size, so maybe.
Well,
I
it's not
should.
necessarily the all intimidation side of it. I don't think any of us are intimidating.
Maybe they'll like your cuteness. I don't know.
That's true.
you go up to these massive guys in blood-soaked armor, and they go,
I mean, it is worth a try.
Let's
And
challenge those guys.
Right.
And they all go just, aww.
Right. While you're all talking, I literally walk straight out.
they all start patting Seraphine on the head.
Yes.
We've been sent by
That's
Princess
lovely.
Delphine. She's
Wow.
We were wondering about.
That's
a
what we
hunt.
do. Yes.
Oh, yes. What's the animal we're after?
We seek the suckling warthog.
Do you think that you could handle her?
You wish to join us for this hunt?
Of course we do.
Actually,
It sounds like a merry old fight.
Always a voice of dissension.
I turned to Fifth and what the fuck are you doing?
I'm highly curious. This is very interesting. I would really much like to go on a journey with you.
Philip, what did you want to
Yeah.
say?
I mean, actually, the princess wants us to bring the whole thing back. I'm not sure that sharing with them would help us with this. I mean, I don't think they would like to leave the full beast.
Well, at least this way we can guarantee we get the whole thing.
Do we challenge them to take the suckling warthog?
Shall we see what this suckling warthog looks like first? If we hunt it down and then make a challenge between us.
I can't answer that.
Silence.
Yes, Dick or deadly silent. You did hear the question.
John, do you hear us?
I heard him
No
say,
one-
"Do we do?"
Okay.
What I was going to say is that do we just hunt down the animal together, and then when we see it, see if we believe that we are actually able to go against it, and then make a challenge then?
Would they accept at this point?
They could if we challenge their honor.
Well, it's not necessarily challenging their honor; it's challenging their skill.
Yeah, but that's pride that we're touching.
Well, of course, it's pride. Everything comes down to pride.
Are
Good
you
work, good
saying
work.
this while they are stood there?
No,
But they, no.
No.
We're
no.
currently thinking this through. But no, when it comes down to it, we would very much like to go on this journey with you. We would like to go on this hunting trip. We feel like we could.
You
be of
think you can aid
assistance.
us? Excellent.
Yep.
We hope we
Indeed.
Even the two little ones.
Oh, they're great
They might be
hunters.
little, but
Especially
you'd
the
be
two-
amazed
That one
at what they
doesn't
can
even
do.
have wings. Or trousers.
No,
Yes, because we
Hey.
threw her on the beast.
she
Well, that
sort of
question-
shrunk out of them.
You will not question
But
me
that
on
does
what
not
I
change
wear,
it.
sir, Mr. Man and frickin' blood splattered
woman.
chain armor.
There,
It
there's,
doesn't change her skills.
there,
They
Seraphine.
can
Let's
be
not,
of use.
let's not anger them. We kind of need them.
She's been through a hard day. Give her a due.
Oh, she seems
But
fierce.
I attest to her skills. And that's all that should really count. Size and trousers aren't everything.
Off character. I want this line on a t-shirt.
Yes.
Seraphine just sighs.
Just imagine wearing that t-shirt at con. Size and trousers are not, are not everything.
And then Seraphine's picture in the middle.
So, what say you?
Fine, if you think you can keep up with us, don't slow us down. We'll hunt the
Well, we won't
warthog.
slow you down.
Do you have horses?
I don't.
No.
You have a romad.
I could turn into a beast.
Time to make some romad and theatre jokes again.
I
Rad. I'm so sorry.
I start concentrating on a spell and I cast Find Steed.
What type of horse do you summon?
Um,
Or, actually, what
let's go
type of steed do you summon? Because it doesn't have to be a horse, does it?
It can be a warhorse, according to this, a warhorse, pony, camel, elk,
So-
or
so-
mastiff.
What
Depending
of
on
your
how big it is.
selection would you like to summon?
Let's just go for a warhorse. As a celestial, because you can pick whether it's a
Yep.
celestial, fae, or fiend. And it's kind of like it's a large, like much like the energy I give off when I cast my holy magics. It's kind of a like ethereal silver color.
That's how you makes the noise.
With like bright blue piercing eyes as well, just to make it really weird. And
This horse just sort of walks out of nowhere as if it had always been here.
Hey guys, how you doing?
As for the rest of us,
I give
we
it a
don't
pat
have
and
our steeds.
I give it a pat and I mount up.
What?
I can't do that with Find
No.
Familiar, can
Nope.
I?
It's a different
that
spell.
sucks. There's a difference.
well, let's go with Theodos turning into a tiger.
The member of the Wild Hunt will clap 3 times, and they will bring out some additional horses for anybody who can't summon them out of the ether or turn into their own mount.
Thank you.
So anybody
It's most
who didn't have a
appreciated.
horse now has a weird gnome/elf faced shriveled horse creature.
I swear, this reminds me of my mother.
Given my size, I'm guessing I would just ride on the shoulder of someone who has a horse already. Unless, okay, because I doubt they have a horse that would fit my size.
They bring out a tiny pony.
A tiny, tiny pony with the face of a gnome.
So we will hunt in the jungle or a forest?
It will be a forest.
I have a question. Considering Philip agility and stuff, and the fact that he's tabaxi, could he keep up without a mount?
He probably
in the
could
forest?
do.
Okay, so you
I've got a buddy feline friend.
So yeah, he probably go on his own.
So Philippe turns down the horse. Sean summons his own horse. Not Kriv. Other guy.
No,
Theodas becomes his own horse.
Kriv? Who's Kriv?
Suddenly, Nimon
What the
appears.
fuck's going on here?
What the fuck am I doing here?
Wrong time.
Oh God, kill him! Kill him!
Thank you, Tani.
You're welcome.
That's a beautiful feeling.
You start
Mm.
We done the leaf.
You start
Finish.
charging away. Various horse noises.
Horse ethics.
Ben,
Let's go.
can you
Yes.
make me an animal handling check?
No, you can't.
Can I say no?
Sadly,
You fool!
you try, and the hunt starts to pick up a speed as...
Hang on. I'm quite fast. How fast do I need to
Actually,
be?
how fast is Riordan? Oh, yeah.
It can go 40
Yeah,
feet.
you start to... The hunt starts to pick up speed as you ride off on the horses, and they start going towards the scent of this warthog, and you realise that the animal, the beast that you have been given to ride, it's not listening to you, so you decide instead to take off on your own, and you bound off of its back and start running through the forest faster than it was going anyway, and keeping up with the horses and the charging tiger and the charging tabaxi, and you're just running along next to them. Hey!
You know what? Never mind the horse.
And the elf looks over at you, and it's just like, what the fuck am I seeing? And then looks back.
It's the
Real hunters.
it's the Flash.
And as you pick and you weave your way through the trees, the Wild Hunt clearly have some sort of a sense of where this suckling warthog resides. Can I get an athletics check from Philippe, please?
I have a question. With my tiger nose, do I smell the scent?
Do you smell cooked pig?
Let me have a quick look at Philippe's forms.
I believe those tigers
Yes.
have like.
It does. Philip has only one form.
So
Blonde cat.
that's what.
Blonde boy.
So Philippe excellently just parkours off of some trees and catches up and speeds ahead of the crowd. Theodas breathes deeply. Make me a perception check with advantage.
On the tiger?
No, you make perception checks with your own perception.
There.
Is that
Yes,
advantage
roll
or-
again, see if you get better than 17. Yep. 27 is
Very
better
much
than
better.
17.
Yep. I know where it is.
It's a whole
It's
10 better.
it's indeed 10 better than the other number. You breathe.
It's a
You
female.
breathe deeply, and the scents of the forest
indeed.
flow into your nose, and you can smell the blood coating on the armor of the Wild Hunt, and you can smell their horrible horses, and you can smell the nicer smells of your friends. And the trees.
What?
We smell fantastic.
And you can smell the alcohol.
I can smell all the brews in
You
here.
can pick them out, and you can smell the trees, and you can smell the earth, and you can smell wild animals up ahead, and you pick down and you focus on just the one, and you pick out the scent of a pig. A cooked pig that is still running through the forest.
That's it. That's it. That's the one. Oh, wait.
Go towards the sweaty cooked pig.
And you keep charging,
Let's
and
Pumbaa.
the smell grows ahead of you. And can I get an investigation check from somebody who hasn't made me a check yet?
I'll
okay.
do it, I guess.
I haven't. Is it
I
one
know.
person or?
Can we all
No,
just investigate anyway?
Maddie
Ben, I
or
think you already did a
Sean
check.
or
Oh,
Romad. You've all not made me a check. Pick whoever of you has the best investigation. Make me an investigation check.
It's
Mine was
like Maddie's just done it.
Okay. No, we'll take that. You charge forward, and Romad, riding at the side, spots the tusk marks on a tree and the way that it's cleaned its tusks on this rock as it passes, and this broken stick that means it's gone that way, and you start leading the pack of hunters towards this direction. Sean and Maddie, can I get nature checks from the pair of you?
Oh Jesus!
I'm pretty sure my nature is
I should have done fucking
fine.
investigation. I was good reasonably at that.
I'll also accept history if it is better.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But actually, no, that's
I
fine.
don't-
You do it. You
History's
see,
the same for me. So
you see a hedged path, and you follow it down, and you find the way to this watering hole. And at the watering hole is a pig, a large pig that looks like a cooked pig already. It's a big pig.
he's a big pig.
It's
So,
me!
wait, where am I?
You're
about
all
this?
in a group, and you've all found the pig.
Okay.
No sudden sounds or movements.
Yeah, I think we're
You are galloping
towards
towards it, or bounding towards it, or just sprinting at full speed towards it, depending on which one of you we're talking about.
I don't think this wild hunt lot are, the creepy, sneaky kind of hunters. I think these are ones that charge after it and fucking hunt it down to the ends of the earth.
I'll try to cut him off.
Okay, so you work your way to the front, and the pig looks up from the water and starts to sprint off.
I run after it.
How far am I from it?
You could get there in a move if you used your feline agility.
That's what I do
You
then.
sprint on all fours up towards this fleeing pig, and you stand ready next to it. What's your action?
I try to how to say that. I think I'll use an unarmed strike to grab onto to it, to plunge my claws into it, to
So you're raking it with your claws.
Yeah,
Yeah,
to wound it.
more to
Oh, you're
lock
gonna
on
grab.
to it, you know, so that
Okay, make me an athletics check.
athletics.
A couple weeks ago, he rode a dragon. This week, he'll be riding a pig.
A cooked pig.
Philip, ride the pig!
You dive at the pig and you sink your claws into it and you tackle it to the ground. And it stops running. And you both roll a few times and come to a stop. And it's trying to run, but you have it firmly in your grasp.
Shall one of us come up and kill it?
Yeah, I'm like riding up to try and fucking finish the thing off.
I'm
I'd
trying
say
there's a
to.
anyone who's got a
tiger
blade,
cat.
it's probably a good idea.
I'm trying to stick my teeth in its throat.
I just
And
see
a
a
tiger
fucking tiger
pounces
jump
on
next
it
to me.
and sinks its teeth into its throat as you hold it for Leaf. It's an odd experience.
You basically saw two felines just hunt down the pig.
I think he was more commenting on the fact that you're probably biting into this thing and it tastes
I mean, yeah, for a
cooked.
start, this is a
Yeah.
cooked pig. Everything about the thing that you're biting into is cooked. But also, for Philippe, it's a rather odd experience. You've just tackled a cooked pig to the ground, and a tiger has come up to bite its throat out. It's unusual all round.
It's a Monday.
I don't stop biting it until it's dead.
It ceases to be alive.
I look to the hunters and say, they seemed a lot easier than we were expecting.
Mhm.
We got told that you were the only ones who would be able to take it down.
You would not have found it without us.
Oh, snap.
I just lick
Very
my
true,
paws.
my friend, very true.
And now you must come with us as we hunt other creatures. You are part of the
Very
hunt
well.
now.
Okay.
So long as you promise us one thing, that we get to keep this.
Well, we'll take our part and you can have yours.
We require the entire thing.
I don't.
We will help you get other animals, but we require this one whole.
I don't think that will be possible.
I step on
Wow.
the corpse of the pig and start to growl.
Why wouldn't it be possible?
Right. For one, Theodus, that's not going to help. They go and hunt animals all the time.
I can't really talk as a tiger
Scratches.
to speak in my way of speaking.
Leave the conversations to us. Now,
Sophie's
If he
scratching
was saying
something.
that-
It's really
I know.
bothering me right now. He's scratching.
how about we were to say that we could go and find another one of these? We can have one, and therefore we've had one each.
You are part of the wild hunt. You will follow our rules.
We agreed to go on the hunt. We never agreed to be wild hunt.
I think it's one and the same thing. We didn't technically read the small print.
I don't think there is any
There's
small
no
print. I
print.
think when it comes
I-
to this is mainly negotiation. We are willing to help. We are willing to give you so much more. But when it comes down to it, we need this one whole. It has been requested of us.
Then you can take it over our bodies.
All right, guys.
Okay.
Time to fight.
Come on.
We don't need to fight this over. When
Is
it
there
comes down to
anything
I'm
else
just
you
it
scared.
is one animal. We do not intend to try and go against your way. We are trying to
How
achieve
about-
a task which has been given us. It is our honor. And perhaps maybe we should be going against your honor.
You speak of honor, and yet you
I
know
mean-
nothing about ours. Make me a
I mean, if
Then teach us
make
of
me
your
a
ways.
persuasion
If
check,
only
Perhaps
please,
there is something.
Riodan.
what?
Persuasion check, please, Ben.
A what?
I believe in you.
Why is everyone but charisma doing these things?
Because you're a drunkard. No one listens to a drunkard.
I have a 6 in charisma. Should I try persuading them?
What are you going to
be
say
cute.
to persuade them?
Me or
That's a good question. Listen. I know I may not seem like a lot, but I can do a lot. And I would appreciate it a lot if you could let us keep the whole thing, and then there won't be any trouble in the
And
future.
what, pray tell, little one, will you
That
give
sounds-
us for this?
That sounds so much less like a sexual favor. My God.
Well, what would be, say, your price for
Oh,
this?
I was so hoping somebody would say
whole
that.
thing?
Oh, good.
Why would you say this?
They're gonna ask for the tiger. We want to hunt the tiger.
Oh, let's see what they come
right?
up with.
Oh, Jesus.
Don't
They,
I was
they want some of Riordan's booze, the special one.
Yeah. Let's have them. Let's give them the sorcerer's ale.
Oh,
What do they want?
4 gold piece.
the hunter that's talking to you. A smile grows across his face. You assume it's a he.
Mm-hmm.
Marry me.
Your clothes.
What?
What?
What? All our clothes are just hers.
Which one?
Leave her clothes. And you can have the pig.
Okay. I have a plan. Use my cloak to cover her up. Why would you
Theodas-
want her clothes?
Theodas is completely growling now. He's very angry.
Or one of you can do it.
Like,
I'll do it.
Riordan steps forward and removes his clothes.
So me and Riordan does it. We all do our clothes.
Riordan steps forward and removes his. Immediately lays them.
He was just waiting for the opportunity to strip.
If it's what you desire, if it's what you need, as we said, we have honor. We're willing. After that, we go and we take the pig and we start to walk out.
You take the pig.
There we go. Okay, back to the palace.
It's me and Rodnad now naked.
So, who got some piece of clothes they can lend to Riordan?
Right. Actually,
I have nothing spare. There's nothing.
Is it me and Riordan? Because I said I wanted to
Riordan.
offer my clothes. It's just
They
Riordan,
took
just
they
naked.
took Riordan's clothes. You can strip naked in solidarity with him.
right. I do
I
have.
give.
Hold on. One moment. John, I do have a. Can I tie
Sorry,
that
you
in?
have a what?
I have in my inventory a pelt. Well, I cut it when I was one of our earlier fights. I took it off of one of the wolves. Can I use that as a form of clothing?
Once you get out of line of sight with the hunters. Yeah.
Yes, that's what I mean.
You can.
Okay, in which case I'm going to do that then. Once
What?
we're
Can I
out the
give
line of
him
sight.
my? Can I give him my furry cloak, my robe, my little fluffy
Once
thing?
again, once we're out of sight.
Yeah.
So you wander off with Riordan
And
Starkers, and you can hear the Wild Hunt elves are laughing as he wanders off, and you all wander off with the pig.
so, wait, they're laughing because Riordan's naked, but we
Yep.
still have the pig. So, they're kind of stupid.
Well,
Doesn't matter.
they're just jerks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're just assholes.
we lost our most prized beast. Oh, wait.
Question, John. Do they take back their horses?
They will do.
Okay.
Of course.
That's fine.
I'm
We-
riding
Except for
lazily
the
on
ones
my
that you
horse.
magically summoned with your abilities to magically summon horses.
Can we use Torrent's horse
You
to
can,
put the
yes.
pig on?
Yeah, I was going to say that it would be on my horse. So.
So we should probably stop on the way back to buy clothes for Riordan, since I'm not sure we would be allowed into the palace with a naked Riordan.
That's
I don't know. I don't know. I think she'd be into it.
Oh God!
Anyway,
don't do a sexy dance to her.
I slowly turn back into a Theodas normal as soon as we.
I got my true form.
Yeah, as soon as we get out of the forest.
Okay, so as we look up heading back for the town, when we go through the town, we do look.
I'm sorry,
We're
what?
looking for clothing stores.
Okay. Make me a perception check. You can also tie the wolf pelt around yourself in a form of covering.
Okay. In the meantime, I do tie the wolf pelt around me.
Okay.
It's a wonderful John Lewis. I find it charitable.
You find...
In the meantime as well.
You somehow find a PHS.
In the meantime as well, I kind of like jump off of, I think I'm still on Roman's shoulder. I jump off of Roman's shoulder onto Riordan's shoulder, and I kind of give him a hug, like a tiny hug around his neck, and I kind of like thank him. I'm just like, you didn't have to go through that,
It's all
but
right.
thank you.
It's okay. When it comes down to it, I have honor. I would never let someone ask you to do that. I'll not let that happen.
Well, you're very honorable, Riordan.
Thank you.
You find a fabulous wood-panelled clothes shop, and it's got several different suits in the window, all on mannequins. And you go inside, and there's a large elf with a big bushy beard. Hello.
Let's pay for the clothes with the pig.
Don't do that, jeez.
You appear to be wearing a wolf.
The person we put in that case told us.
I do indeed.
The person
and to be honest, I would prefer some better
I think
clothing.
we can help you with that.
I don't suppose. Wonderful. Do you have anything which is light and agile for battle?
Ooh. We have the latest fashion out of the summer court or the winter court. Which would you prefer?
I believe I'll go with the summer court. It sounds like it'd be lighter.
It's going to be sound like a freaking bikini, man.
He pulls out something that looks the vague equivalent of a three-piece suit in bright yellow.
Wonderful.
Well, there goes stealth.
There goes stealth gone.
Is that the only color?
He puts it away and pulls out another one in a bright orange.
Any other colors?
Maybe a bit darker.
I mean, these are the.
Do you have bright pink?
These are the summer colors. I mean, I suppose I could. And he pulls out a green.
Oh, and in which case?
This is spring.
Now,
it's a bit out of date, but I suppose I could part with it for 25 gold pieces.
That is far more my style, good man. Or good elf, my apology. I will absolutely take that off your hand for the
Excellent.
25.
It's a bottle green suit.
I will pay for the suit.
Oh. Thank you, Theodas.
Yeah.
To do that.
You did your part, I do mine.
Excellent. Everybody's happy. I'm happy. You're happy. He's happy. The wolf can get its skin back. I'm not sure how that works. Do you just glue it back on again? I don't care.
In which case, do you have a changing room?
I mean, I have a room over there that you... Oh, you mean to change your clothes? Yes, we do. I thought you meant a room that changed. No, we don't have one of those. It's always the same. It's over there.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. I go and I get changed into the...
Meanwhile, I give the 21 gold pieces to the...
Excellent. Thank you very much.
I'm having a full-blown conversation with my horse telepathically. I know, right?
That went well.
So, what do you guys think?
It
You
fits
look
perfectly.
amazing,
You look incredible.
Wonderful.
You look good. You look good.
Thank you.
Mm.
Well, we should get back.
His
off to
hair
the
continues
princess.
to look at the moment a bit like he's just had a run-in with a hedge clipper.
So back to normal,
it's still
then.
growing in.
Fair enough. Precious.
No, yeah, then let's first go see.
When his
Yes.
hair fell out, did his moustache fall out?
You've got
1 second. I just want to check.
I apologise.
I want to check the
beforehand.
exact wording on this. It just says your
Imagine
hair
that's
falls
cute.
out.
So, in which case, as the hair's growing back, so I'm guessing the facial
I
hair
would
fall out
assume.
as well. Am I
Oh
growing
my
a
God.
beard at the same time?
No, it grows back to what it used to be.
Oh, right. Okay, so just a very patchy
Yes.
moustache for the time being.
It's growing in. It's
Okay.
it's not curled just yet.
Okay.
Great bushy beard.
You have to get your wax back out afterwards. And give it well.
And as you make
Okay.
your way back towards the palace,
So-
I think this is the perfect time to call this to a close. You've spent about a day in the Feywild at this point.
Is
Wow.
this also a day in our time?
Who
no,
can say?
we don't know that. You can say
Oh, yeah,
that you
I can
won't
say.
say.
There is one way to find out, and that's for us to go back to.
But we might not get back here. So let's just.
We still have 3 tasks to
2 more
No, 2
tasks.
Oh, no,
tasks
we
to
only
go.
Tasks.
Because she took off one, thankfully.
Yeah, but that will take a full day, at
Exactly.
least.
So in the meantime,
And
let's
we
start the Benny Hill music again.
And we do need a long rest. Otherwise, we're going to start getting exhaustion.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Shall we go for a long rest as we come to the end?
You can take a long rest on the way back to the castle. Seraphine can continue to be 1.5 foot tall. It's fine.
Okay.
Why?
It's either that or we're going to start getting exhaustion points. And I have,
Yeah.
no spell slots and still not full health.
I mean, I've lost nothing, but it's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it?
Okay.
I could have lost my clothes just a moment ago, but thankfully not.
Well, you've been through enough.
Yeah, the dice rolls on some of those were really against you guys.
No, for once they were all for me.
Some of the Anyway, guys in the chat, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. If you haven't done so already, please hit that follow button. For instance, that Pendragon Nomad, I haven't seen his name pop up on a follower.
That's me, you son of a. I followed you.
Yeah,
I
they
think we should
don't
ban
know.
him, not active.
Yeah, it's terrible. I mean, it needs to do more often.
Guys in the chat, thank you so much for hanging out tonight. The group of Tomb of Annihilation will be back in the real world real soon, I'm sure.
So,
Yeah, when you stop torturing us.
Yeah, probably about
Yeah,
another 2-3
something
sessions.
quick and easy.
That depends. I suppose realistically that depends entirely upon the fact of if we're going to be sent back or not, because none of us.
Well, yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
I just,
You know,
I
I'll just
just
go
want
and
to
slowly strip him.
This week,
it's,
this week on the final boss fight on Thursday, I'll be streaming Space Odysseus's A-Team Adventures. as we've finally managed to get the gang back together.
Yay!
Back together.
And then on Friday, I think we're going to try and do some more GTA if Sean's around. Sean?
I'm
Yay!
off all week. I'm around.
I'll have to check with my brother, but we'll try and do some GTA 5. And then I'll be back next Sunday with the Storm King's Thunder Group as they continue their quest. To Stone Stand. And we'll be back with the Tomb of Annihilation crew in 2 weeks' time. For now, guys, au revoir.
Goodbye.
Bye.